Episode 3 of Elite Season 7, titled Bling Bling, begins with Omar seeing the students on the phone, including a troubled Sonia, and wonders who sent the anonymous message. Roberta tries to comfort Isa by saying the poisoning was done by Didak's family to pressure her into handing the business to them. She also tells Isa to avoid Didak, which she does. Sarah hosts a Bling-themed party for her birthday and says it is an excuse to celebrate Ivan moving in. Carmen tries to get Chloe to befriend Ivan, and she is annoyed as she wonders why Carmen doesn't just tell him who she is. Eric and Nico wonder about a cassette tape as Nico makes a mixtape for Sonia. Inspired, Eric takes Chloe's phone and shares a playlist as he says he wants to get to know her better. She couldn't care less and walks off. She does apologize to Ivan for coming off too strong and says she is socially awkward. He doesn't mind and invites her to Sarah's birthday. Didak meets with Luis and says he doesn't want to talk about his family, and that the other day he was just worked up. Luis says his door is open anyway, and while hugging, steals Didak's phone. He hacks it and gives it back by saying Didak left it on accident. Nico gives Sonia the mixtape, but she says them sleeping together was a mistake. However, she checks out the mixtape and Omar is pleasantly surprised to see it as he shows her how to use it. She also offers to help him with the app as he surreptitiously tries to ask if she was the one who sent the anonymous messages. Raul is excited that the Bling Bling party is their chance at a do-over and keeps being overly affectionate with Sarah. Jessica tells him to leave and Sarah tells her to stop as her helping may make it worse. However, Jessica says that she is holding a self-defense class. If Sarah cannot leave Raul, she should learn self-defense. That is what Jessica did. Rocio's mother texts someone that she will order the social center eviction the moment she is paid. She then tells Rocio that she tried to help but her hands are tied and to stay away from the center. However, Rocio, Nico and Eric head there anyway to stop the eviction. At the party, Sonia texts Nico to patch up but his phone is put aside for the eviction protest. Chloe talks to Ivan who feels lonely and she sympathizes. He goes to lie down and she texts Carmen to leave him alone. Meanwhile, as Luis overhears Isa and Didak fight and break up, he is told that the court denied his wiretapping. As for Omar, he nags Joel who decides to skip work to go to the party. Carmen crashes the party and Chloe is angry. Carmen tells her to back off since Chloe won't help her bond with Ivan. Carmen bulldozes into Ivan's privacy but helps him get over Patrick. Instead of searching for the truth, he should focus on what he knows and move on. He says he loves Patrick and then deletes the message. Carmen is happy that Ivan is happy and they dance. Chloe feels upset and calls out Carmen for replacing her with Ivan. When Carmen says Chloe is what matters, she points out that she wouldn't be born if Carmen hadn't abandoned Ivan. Carmen laughs it off and is excited for Ivan when he smiles on seeing Joel. Isa announces she has broken up with Didak, but privately she tells him that they cannot be split up if no one knows. While Luis overhears, she says she was scared when they fought in the day and they kiss. Awkward, Luis stops listening while his partner smirks. The protesters throw stuff at the cops to deter them. Nico is uncomfortable and leaves, but Rocio gives in and stands by Eric's side. As they change into their disguises, Eric is impressed that she is the only real person at the school who cares. She spots his semicolon tattoo, but they are interrupted as the cops enter. They get scared as the cops start hitting everyone. There's a gunshot and Rocio is arrested while a scared Eric runs. Joel obsesses over Omar, and Ivan checks up on him. They decide to dance and do a quid pro quo. Ivan talks about moving on from Patrick and Joel rants about Omar being overbearing. Meanwhile, Omar goes through everyone's Instagram and spots a photo of Joel and Ivan together. Meanwhile, Chloe wonders why Sonia is giving Nico a second chance. While looking at her mother, she says if she is someone's priority they will show it, if not, it is like being invisible. She says the best solution is just to sleep around, but Sonia says that it is not. Building relationships is the way forward. While waiting for Nico downstairs, Sonia runs into Omar, who frets over not being able to trust Joel. She comforts him that nothing happened between him and Ivan, and they go for a walk. He shows her the messages about feeling invisible, and she thinks it is Chloe. Nico arrives just then, and Chloe tells him to leave Sonia alone. Instead, she hits on him, and they sleep together. Meanwhile, Joel decides to leave, and Ivan watches him go sadly. A panicked Eric arrives, and Nico is angry with him for leaving Rocio. Eric points out his hypocrisy as Nico slept with Chloe. At that moment, Sonia goes back up to talk to Chloe but is shocked to see her and Nico together. Chloe says she just did it to show Sonia that Nico is not a good person, but Sonia lashes out at her. She says she tried to help, but Chloe is just a bully, and walks away. Chloe tries to go after her, but upset she just listens to Eric's playlist. Joel goes home to Omar and says he doesn't want to fight. They patch up and sleep together. Meanwhile, Eric panics as he worries about Rocio and hits himself. After the party, Raul goes live and proposes to Sarah. She recalls Jessica saying if leaving is not an option, she should learn self-defense, and she shows up at Jessica's class. At the end of episode 3 of Elite Season 7, we get a flashback to the proposal. Before Sarah can say anything, Raul takes her hand. The episode review: the boys being confused over a cassette tape is really the last straw. Don't make us feel so old. Okay, but episode 3 of Elite Season 7 is definitely not Elite, but a spin-off in the same universe. Which, to be fair, is not necessarily a bad thing. It feels like a news show, and we can give it a chance by considering it as one. Okay, fine, maybe the premiere was a dud, but things are taking off, finally. Louis' progress is pretty interesting and also hilarious with the way these kids have no clue. It could be considered that Didac probably knows his phone is wiretapped, but that is not likely. Really hope Carmen doesn't ruin it with Ivan, and Chloe is shaping up to be a morally ambiguous character, so gotta watch out for her. The writers are also getting their redemption, as Sonia was just a prop in Season 6 with a maximum of 3 lines. However, they are finally fleshing out her character, and we just may end up rooting for her. Eric and Rocio's relationship is another plus point, though are we in for a heartbreak since she is not returning in Season 8?